I've been finding it hard to illustrate for you guys how I hold my knives or how I think they should be held. I don't know. I'm not a professional chef, but this is really what it works out to for me. This locks in comfortably here. My middle finger is tight, and it's kind of hard to illustrate on this knife that doesn't have, it's not locked in. See, but this is here. The ferrule sits between. It's kind of locked behind my middle finger here. There's no discomfort. These two fingers are solid on the handle, and the heel of my palm is solid on the spine of the handle. So any work that I do, it feels just like any other knife to me. I don't feel any difference really between it and others. As a matter of fact, it's actually more comfortable for me on my middle finger because of that curved rather than a sharp edge up against the front part of it. Even a rounded flat edge against the front of this finger is kind of uncomfortable, but this is what it amounts to. And as far as in use, it works just like any other knife. I mean, there's really no difference for me. Again, I'm not a professional chef. The ones that have had a hold of them have been happy with it. I've shortened it a little bit here. If you remember, they used to come clear back to here. Just for flexibility purposes, as well as, everybody's always wanting them shorter, and I'm finding it hard to get them into people's hands when, they're like, well, I don't know about the choil. So I've shortened them a little, and it still looks good, and they're still obviously my knives. In the end, I may eventually knock another, 5-8 millimeters off of this and make it even a little shorter still. We'll see. But honestly, this it works. It's comfortable for me. I don't know what would make it uncomfortable. I think it's just something that people aren't used to. But that's pretty much that, as far as that goes. I hope that helps a little bit. As a quick add-on to that last video, I mentioned that I can use my knives just as comfortably with no handle at all. And I think that curved choil is actually the reason why. It's just as secure in my fingers as no handle at all. Not that you should be using the knife with no handle, but I keep saying, I don't need a handle to use them. I use them generally. I test your knives out and I do it with no handle because I need to polish it again afterwards. So it's kind of pointless to slip on a handle that I have to then remove in order to repolish the knife so you get a fresh knife. I use them like this all the time. It's just everything's locked in just like it would be otherwise. Anyhow, just something that I thought maybe you guys might be interested in knowing. Since I do mention it, and I've heard other people say, how does that work? You know what I mean? I think that this right here is the majority of it, because it's still comfortably locked between three fingers. So this part of it can be fat, it can be skinny, it can be non-existent, and the knife is still, it's still locked up against the heel of my palm. The knife is just as usable. So anyway, there you go.